Monday. Thought I would do a little vlog. Sorry about the reflection in my glasses. I have not done one in so long, and I thought I would catch you up. I've been feeling really bad about not doing a podcast, so I hope you don't mind that too much. This week I'm dyeing yarn for the summer solstice boxes and for the shop update. And what else am I doing? Ooh, I'm going to be doing the binding on my quilt. I have finished a little knitting project and I have started another one, but I'll tell you more about that later. And oh yeah, I'll maybe do a little tour of the greenhouse if you'd like that. And Rufus is patiently waiting for his walk here. What is it? You ready to go for your walk? Do you want to go? Yeah. Okay, let's go. Let's go. I'm in the studio. I just finished skeining up a lot of natural sock. Pretty pleased with some of these colours, so I'll just show you what they look like before I put them away. This colour is so nice, and I love it with this. Isn't that so pretty? A whole range of pinky, mauvey tones in there. And in here, you can't quite see, but yeah, definitely going for a lot of earthy tones, classic peony mauve, more spring summery tones. And I have my yarn prep for tomorrow, and this is a little bit of a dye vat that was left over, so I'm going to use that up. And yeah, I have the summer solstice full skeins in the pots, so you can't see what it's like. But if you manage to get one, I think the whole box is going to be so amazing, because it has a mug by Laura Boyd Ceramics, and the glaze that she's doing for it looked amazing. And then the candle scent is a special one. It's by Made For You Candles. And she uses soy wax and essential oils to make them, and she's from here in Northern Ireland. She's my sister-in-law's sister, and it's a special scent she's made to go with the kind of theme of meadow. And I've smelt some of she made me some wax melts, and they smell amazing. Yeah, and then there's a little art print in there by me, so I think the boxes are going to be so good. Yeah, I'm really excited to see what people think when they get them. I think it's going to be so nice.
Huge fan. The textures are so creamy. It's like nothing. You don't leave it. You can't believe it's just nuisance, right? I'm gonna get it. There's nothing bitter. Like nothing has ever existed that is bitter.
Hi, Rufus. Hi, Rufus. What are you doing? Oh, thank you. Look at that ear, it's inside out. Oh, you're a good boy. Aren't you a good boy? Yeah? Oh, you're so cute. Just heading out to the garden here. I'm going to do a little quick greenhouse tour and show you the garden as it looks at the moment. This is like the nice side of the garden, and then this bit is the bit we haven't kind of worked on yet, and this bit tends to usually always look good, which is great. It has a lot of spring flowers, bluebells. Before that was daffodils, and then it's Aquilegia and lupins, so there's a good bit of successional stuff going on here. We planted all these tulips last autumn. I'm really glad we did, because I just thought, you know what, it's going to be a miserable winter. That sounds terrible to say that, but it's true. But they're almost past their best. You can see here there's a lot of ones that have finished. The delphinium and the honesty, I can't remember the name of this thing, but I love these white tulips. These are called Mount Tacoma, and yeah, I think the big swathes of colour look really nice. So I've just planted up these are GM Cosmopolitan, I think, and then there's Rufus, GM Maytai, or maybe I got that wrong, GM Maytai. Oh, Rufus, should we go in the greenhouse? It's raining a little bit. It's lovely and warm in here. Me and Rufus are just enjoying ourselves. So I have a lot of things planted here, and quite a few of them are starting to germinate. We also planted the tomato plants by digging out a trench. I'll just show you here now. Excuse me, get out. Thanks, good boy. So we spent a bit of time digging out this trench for the tomatoes. My friend from badminton, he told me that they would do much better in the ground, so we went to the effort of digging this out and filling it with soil and compost mix. And we have a few different types of tomatoes. I don't really know much about tomato types, but this one is Cherry Falls. And then we have Ailsa Craig. And then we have Shirley, which is one I think they mentioned on Gardener's World. Monty mentioned it, didn't he, Rufus? Yep. And we have got a lot of things here. Hopefully this works. But this is the first thing that's starting to germinate. This is just salad leaves, so it's not so exciting. Then we have Rufus. He thinks he can get out this pane of glass here, but he can't. We have Wild Rocket in here. And we have the cress is coming through really fast, as it tends to do. Little Gem, lettuce. That's all the things coming through. In these bags here, these are recycled bags that I got sent yarn in once. There is, what is there? Echinacea, and it recommended to put it in a bag to help them germinate. And this is, let me get the packet, a perennial called Potentilla Milton Fire. So I think this would be a nice splash of summer colour. It flowers from June to September. So I'm excited about that. I also got I sewed some white foxgloves, which I'm sure you all know what a foxglove looks like. If I could find the packet. Yes, like this. And I have some, is it Everlasting Sweet Pea it's called? And I also have some patty pan squash and courgette, so I hope they do okay in there. And then we've got two different types of Aquilegia here. This one is a pink one. I think it's called Pink Petticoats or something. And this one is just mixed colours in here. We actually have a lot of Aquilegia in the garden already, but I really like it and I would like a few more different colours. So this all is working quite well at the moment. As you can see though, in below is not so well used yet, but I think it will be once this stuff starts to germinate and it needs pricked out and potted on. So Rufus, should we go outside? Yeah? Okay, it's quite warm in here. The peas are growing. I got just ordinary garden peas and I got these kind of fancy peas with purple pods, but they are all along this side and they're not coming up so fast as the normal peas, and they were sown at the same time. I did a secondary sowing just about a week ago. So, and I used these kind of strings to help the peas climb up. Look at the dog. Oh, and I guess I should show you the full view of the greenhouse with the nice blue bucket outside of it. But yeah, I'm pretty pleased. We built the raised beds ourselves. They were very quick to make, but very slow to fill. This is the strawberries. I transferred them from another part of the garden, and I still have loads. So I think they should do well in here. And in this bed, we got some potatoes, and I just planted some chard the other day as well. So the potatoes are starting to come. However, I've heard that you're now supposed to pile soil on top of them to get a better crop. My second cousin told me that, and then my husband said, yeah, that sounds about right. So maybe I should do that. This gravel we got is called Golden Flint, and it's from Kelly Stone, which is just outside Ballymoney. Oh, the wee pots have fallen down. These are all the treasures that we found when we were digging up the garden. Can I just add as well, this was all dug by hand with a spade. Mostly by my husband, sometimes with me helping. But it was a massive job. A very, very big job. But we got to a certain point and we were like, there is no point in hiring a mini digger now. And I was kind of scared it would wreck the garden path a little bit. So I didn't really want it. So I was really happy that we were able to do it all by hand. Works in progress out here are this step. Now the bottom of the garden, this area here, this is all getting paved with sandstone, this whole area, and we're going to put table and chairs here, which I've already ordered, and we're getting a new shed because this is obviously falling down. And then here we hope to make some compost bays, like proper bays rather than these. We'll probably keep these but just not have them here, and we'll have proper bays made so that we can turn stuff and move stuff. So we're getting this done at the end of June, so I'm looking forward to seeing that done. We're not going to use the cord ties for this, we might use them for something else. Oh, look who it is. Look who it is. Who is it? Is he being a good boy? Is Service being a good boy? This is Hydrangea Annabelle, and we've another one here. They're very small yet. This is the first year we've had them in, but hopefully they get a lot bigger. The Dicentra, or bleeding heart. Quite nice, isn't it? Some more Mount Tacoma. I think these ones are called Brownie, these tulips. It's so funny. And the hellebores. And then of course we've planted box here, so it'll be a while before that grows. This is the first box hedge that we planted, and this is the second one, so this could almost do with its first clip. Oh, thanks Rufus. Nice. Why throw it? Why throw it? Okay. Oh, it's not good for the pants, but he loves it. He loves it. This purple stuff here is Honesty, and then there's loads of Aquilegia here, and then later in the summer there's anemones. I throw it again. I throw it again. And then we're going to move this Acer tree over to the woodland area. I think it would appreciate more shelter perhaps, and some sort of fertilizer. But overall, it's looking really nice. I got this purple cow parsley stuff. This one doesn't look so good, but these ones look quite good. And I feel like it gives a bit of height to this border, which it needs. In theory, these hollyhocks here should grow a lot higher, but some of them are 2 years old and some of them are just new, so it might take a while for them to become established. But yeah, I think we've got a good variety of colours at this time of the year, so we actually got a little planting scheme made for this area. So we're going to have to work on sourcing those plants and planting it up next. But in this bed there's loads of Astrantia and James. They're like my favourite. I love Astrantia. There's a really beautiful one over here that my friend gave me. And yeah. Ooh, it's got really bright. I'm trying to decide whether or not to lift the tulip bulbs. I'm just not sure if I'm going to have time to get them in again next autumn. So I don't know. I know they don't like being in wet, soggy ground and they just get eaten and stuff. But I don't think tulip bulbs last overly long anyway. So to lift or to leave? Tell me what you think. What's your experience? So I think I'll just head... Oh, look at that. Isn't that nice? Not without work, mind you. This is all not without work. Work in the evenings, work at the weekends. We do work pretty hard at the garden, but I feel like once we've got it established, it's going to be a lot easier to keep it up. What do you think, Rufus? You just go lie in the sun? You gonna lie in the sun? Oh, get the leg up. Get the leg up. Really hope you enjoyed that little tour of the greenhouse and the garden. I'm spending a lot of time out here and it's very enjoyable. And if anyone has any advice about when to open the ventilation of the greenhouse for the tomatoes, I'm a bit scared that they're going to like get mouldy or something. I've heard that you shouldn't water them until the first flowers come out if they're in the ground. Obviously for germination, the more heat the better. But I don't want the tomatoes to die as a result of me trying to germinate the other stuff. So if you have any advice about that, let me know. Gonna have to try and get Rufus to come inside because I've got some yarn dyeing to finish. I am doing the yarn for the solstice boxes and I need to finish that today and get that drying, and then tomorrow I'll get back to my normal dyeing schedule. So looking forward to that. And yeah, out with Rufus this morning. It's a beautiful day. Look at the blue sky. I think it's going to be like this all day. So it's kind of a shame to be dyeing wool, but I started quite early this morning, so I have my first batch in and it's just cooling. And hopefully that means that'll finish not too late. Fingers crossed. Having a little break out in the garden, just had some lunch. It's 12:10. I watered my plants in the garden. Rufus has just spotted a pigeon. And doing quite a lot of dyeing today. I'm dyeing a mini skein set plus another 15 skeins. Probably to most people that doesn't sound like very much, but it is quite a bit. And it's really sunny here. Look at the blue sky. And there's shadows and everything, which is so nice. Although the ground is a bit wet, my bum's actually a bit wet because I'm just sitting on the grass. It's like 15 degrees today. It's a bit of a shame not to be outside on a day like this. I just think so too. And I might show you something that I'm doing with the sock later on. I actually had a pair of socks that the toe came out of, and I decided to chop off the toe and slip the stitches back of the needle and re-knit the toe. I knew you could do that for edges, but I've never tried it until the weekend I started that, and I think I'm almost finished the toe, so yeah. I'm wearing my socks that I told you about yesterday. Rufus just chased the pigeon. And I'm wearing my green shoes. I'm actually going to send these back for a resole first because they're kind of talking and I keep tripping on stuff. But Rufus, you're not trying to escape again, are you? Are you? Do you want to play? Do you want to play? Totally entranced. Okay. And you'll start to find with my vlogs, every day is pretty much the same and nothing very exciting happens, but I kind of like it that way. It'll be nice to start socialising with people a little bit more, and I've scheduled my first game of badminton for when the leisure centres open again. A lot of stuff here is opening on the 24th of May. Which is really nice. The non-essential retail is open again. What else is open? Hairdressers are open. And yeah, but on the 24th is when you can play group sports again, I think. And what else can you do? Oh, you're allowed to meet people in your house. Which is fun. I think you're allowed 6 people, so that's great. Ready? Ready? Just doing a little bit of labelling. This colour is called Sea Spray 1. I think I've made this colour before. I can't remember now, but it's a nice blue-green tinted grey. And I have quite a few to label, so I'll show you those as I go along. Here is Gold Dust. This is the first 3 colours of the mini skein set that I'm making. This is actually a really warm toned purple. It looks more cool toned on the camera, but it's that's more of what it's like there. This terracotta colour and the mustard. And the next 3 colours I'm going to make is a lighter pink, a darker terracotta and an olive green. Well, that's what I'm going for anyway. And then I have another 15 skeins to go in, and they'll be using up the exhaust dye baths. And yeah, after I've got that done, that's me done for today. I got started pretty early, like shortly after 8. So hopefully that means I won't be working late. Hiya. Hi Rufus. You lie down, good boy. So is this what I'm working on? So this is a sock yarn that I was testing. I knitted these socks in January. No, actually December. Finished them in January, at the start of January. And I'm down, Rufus. It's okay, there's nobody there. And I decided to experiment because, oh, he's gone, because it had a hole in the toe. this is a potential yarn I'm going to get in the shop. So yeah, I'm not going to tell you all about it yet because I'm still waiting for feedback from my testers, but so far the feedback has been really good. It's a slightly heavier weight sock yarn, and it has been so nice to wear on the feet, which has been so nice. I wore the socks straight for about 2 months and a half maybe. I washed them probably once every 2 weeks, because basically I wanted to wear them as much as possible just to see how quickly they would wear out. I think I actually knit them slightly too small because as you can see, they felted at the heel a bit. They felted like a nice amount at the heel, like enough to make it strong. However, that shortened the length of the foot, so then my toe was kind of poking into the front of the sock, which obviously then puts stress on this one area. So I'm just re-knitting the toe, and as you can see, I've knitted it about 1 centimetre too long. So it'll be interesting to see how this works. So what I did was I just basically snipped with a pair of scissors. I snipped the toe off. It was longer than this, but I had to unravel. As you can see, it felt it a little bit at the toe as well, which is actually a good thing because it makes them stronger. But in order for that to work, you have to accommodate for the felting in your knitting, which means you need to make the length slightly longer. This is all part of my experiments. I hope the dog hasn't escaped. Rufus, come here! So this leads me to this experiment where I chopped off the toe, and yeah, I'm gonna have to do like a whole podcast where I talk about the yarn because it is absolutely stunning. It's very beautiful, and I hope to bring it to the shop hopefully in the summer, but I'll not make any promises just because things are quite slow, and also yeah, you can't really guarantee like a time frame, but hopefully the summer. So I'm still waiting for feedback from 2 of my testers, but after that we should be good to go, I hope. So I really enjoyed the experience of wearing them. I thought it was more of a sock yarn that I would like to buy. I mean, I really like my natural sock too, but I just feel that this is in a way easier to work with, but I'll explain more about that another time. So I hope you find that interesting, and I'm gonna Kitchener the toe. Oh, I just realised this is sitting on a bowl and you can see the spoon. So I'm gonna Kitchener the toe now, and then I will get these back into circulation again. The other one hasn't developed a hole quite yet, but I might just snip it off and do this on the other one as well, just so they're both the same. But yeah. Wednesday and I didn't do any vlogging today because it was just a normal work day and nothing was really happening. But I'm going to make some lemon drizzle cake now, and I'll put the recipe up for you, and yeah, just have a little bake along with me. I hope that's okay. Got my ingredients. Porridge is not included in this recipe. This is the recipe. I'll put it up properly and keep it up so you can bake along with me if you want to. But it's very simple, and I use 2 1-pound loaf tins instead of 1 2-pound loaf tin. You can obviously use the 2-pound loaf tin, but I prefer, because we're just two in this house, to do one and then freeze one. So first things first, weigh the flour. Now, crusty glass, if you're watching this, this is how you soften butter. You don't put it below your armpit. No, I have never heard of such a foolish way to soften butter, to be honest. This is the Mary Berry method. You get warm water, not hot, not cold, warm. You cube it, and within a couple of minutes of having it from the fridge and in the water, because obviously oil and water don't mix, it's perfect for putting into your lemon drizzle cake. Just another day in the studio. All this yarn needs labelled, so I'm going to show you a little close-up of it. This is a new colourway. I think it needs a good name. I think it's quite a good one. Lots of terracottas, putties, reds. And then have this mini skein set. This is the Campfire mini skein set. I'm really pleased with how it turned out. Especially with this olive green, I love it. So yeah, I think it looks really good. It's Friday. I'm not gonna do much today. Usually I take Fridays off, but I have a few little things to do today. I'm going to pick up the mugs today from Laura Boyd Ceramics, so if you don't want to see what they look like, they're already sold, but if you've bought one and don't want to see what it looks like, just skip on to, I'll put the timestamp here. And then after that I'm having a visit in the garden from my second cousin, and then I will be finishing off this vlog. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Next time I do one, I'll try and make more for each day rather than have 2 days really long and then the rest of the days really short. Hope you enjoyed the little bag along. And I was asking on Instagram yesterday, what do you do when you're in a knitting funk? Like, how do you get out of it? Because I've definitely been in a knitting funk for a while. And loads of people said, cast something new on. Some people said, just focus on whatever you're interested in. Some people said, go and have a look around your stash and have a feel of it. So I feel like the time is right to cast on a new project, so maybe this weekend we'll do that. And also I'd like to finish the binding on my quilt, but for now I'm going to end it here, and hopefully in the next month I'll do a podcast episode. I might actually have something to show then, so hope you enjoyed this weekly vlog, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Just collected the mugs from Laura, so I'm going to show you one. They're so nice. I should have definitely ordered one for myself. Look at that. Is that not the most beautiful mug you've ever seen? Look at the glaze colour on that. It's incredible. What do you think of the beautiful mugs, Rufus? Do you think they're really beautiful too? Oh, you should definitely wash your mug before you get it, in case you get this one that Rufus just touched. Isn't it pretty, Rufus? Isn't it really pretty? Yeah? Rufus? Rufus, do you want to say bye-bye to your friends? Sit down. You sit down. You're not sitting down, are you? Oh. He's a good boy. Oh, Rufus. Rufus says, thanks for tuning in.